Let's see.
I think we're live.
Yay, we're here. Obvious. This is going to be interesting. Probably the most anticipated programming we've ever done, and we didn't even announce it.
No.
We just
on a whim.
Did it.
Just did it.
And speaking of, I've said, oh, this is going to be such a big thing. This is going to be a big deal. Blah, 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 blah. Let's see what we can do there. There we go. And I'm just making sure we get everything straight.
Okay.
Kind of give everybody a couple of minutes to hop in, say hello, all that good stuff. But anyway, I'm Lonnie.
I'm Amber.
And we are Untitled Nerd Network, brought to you by Infinity Flux out of Hickson, Tennessee. And this is our live recap and review of the first ever episode of Supernatural. I had actually watched, I'm thinking most of this episode because I did not see that ending. I actually watched this on somebody's phone one time about 2 years ago. This was the only episode I ever touched. I never watched clips on the CW. I never watched clips on YouTube. I never heard anybody really talk about it, aside from the car and the fact that Jeffrey Dean Morgan was the dad. That is the only thing I know about Supernatural. And
my mom watches it like on a regular, or did, and so I've watched like a handful of parts of episodes, and I've heard her talk about it a lot, and I've heard other people talk about it a lot. A lot of my friends follow it.
Well,
so. But it's still, I've never watched anything all the way through, so it doesn't really matter.
The series is over now, and we're basically gonna try to do every single episode. This is gonna be a very long-term project.
Oh yeah.
Because we look like the first four seasons or 22 apiece.
Yes, and there's a couple of seasons that had like 17 or 18.
Well, no.
And the rest of them was
it's like the first 4. The first 4 is like 22 episodes. There's one season that has 16 episodes, and then like the rest of them are 22, 22, 22, and then 23 from then on.
I thought there was more with teens.
No. It was just that one. I think they may have had like a writer's strike or something. Kind of like with The Office.
The Office, yes.
They had some that one short season. I'm almost positive that affected everything that year, and I think that's one of them. This season looks interesting. I can already tell that either this season or the overall arc of the series is going to be them trying to find whoever it was that killed their mom.
And it also, spoiler alert, obviously, if you've never seen it, but at the end, it killed Sam's girlfriend, too.
Yeah, I don't even know these guys' names yet.
Sam and Dean. I do know that.
Sam and Dean.
Dean's the older one. Sam's the younger one.
Which one's the one with the short hair?
Dean's the short hair.
Dean's the short-haired one,
yes.
Okay. And I don't even know their dad's name. We'll just call him Negan for
No.
Because right now...
Can we just call him by his real name?
Seriously, because right now, this show... I'll go ahead and say the first episode was freaking amazing.
It was really good. It was better than I expected.
I was not expecting this. I was expecting kind of a half-assed pilot.
No, they came out the gates running.
Yeah, they did. This was really good compared to what a lot of shows' pilots are.
It was a simple story, but it was done so well.
Oh yeah, it could have been a movie. This season to me is going to be like the search for Negan. That's basically how to have it like a little subtitle, the search for Negan, because they're searching for their dad, who's played by Jeffrey Dean Morgan. To be honest, this is the only reason that I decided to jump in and watch this, because he's in it.
Yeah,
that was my transition.
That was your selling point. It was.
And
it had been something that was on my list forever, just because if it's something my mother actually follows and it's of this nature, it's probably pretty good.
Because you've been wanting us to do this
forever,
for a while, for months, and then you know, what was it at Connuga this year? A couple of people said something.
Connuga people asked,
And then at Wizard World,
everyone
holy
asked.
crap! Because we were like, oh yeah, we do, you know, reviews of Rick and Morty and Walking Dead and, you know, all these other shows. Well, do you do Supernatural? No.
And it got to a point where we hated to say no because people were so disappointed.
Well, first it was like, no, we don't do Supernatural. And then it was like, no. And then finally, like by the end of the weekend, it was like, do you do Supernatural? No.
But we're going to.
You know, it's like you're tired of, like, you're not even excited to say it anymore.
Yeah.
Nah, we don't do Supernatural. But now we do. And, like, we had people that, like, that one woman came up to us and, like, God, she said something to us every time she passed the table. Y'all be sure you do Supernatural.
Apparently my mom's watching. And she says,
holy Jesus.
Hey, I love Supernatural. I miss it so much. I'm going to cry.
That's, but yeah, this episode was really cool. I really enjoyed it. Like, gonna go ahead and get the rating out of the way. I'm gonna give this one a 9. Yeah. Solid 9. It wasn't perfect, but holy crap, it was good.
It was really good. Yeah, it's definitely a 9.
I'm kind of wondering how many 10s this show will produce.
It's going to. It's got the potential to, rather. But I don't want to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to say
I'm looking forward because.
But it's got the potential to have shows that rate a 10.
And I promise.
And we've yet to rate a show a 10, really.
I mean, I've done. Did I not do one of the Rick and Mortys?
No.
Sure.
You gave it a 9. You gave The Vindicators a 9. That was like your favorite. She didn't give it a 10.
Huh.
No, I'm pretty sure.
I know for a fact I've given some Walking Dead episodes 10s.
Yeah.
And I could have swore I gave Rick and Morty. There are 10s for Rick and Morty. But we haven't reviewed them yet.
Yes.
Yeah. I've already got like 3 in mind. But yeah, this was a 9. I really, really enjoyed this episode. Like the dynamic, I'll go ahead and say these guys work great together.
Yes.
Very believable as brothers. Very, very good actors. The whole show was very well put together. Mm-hmm. The atmosphere is amazing. It almost, you know what? I mean, this isn't. I'm kind of comparing apples and oranges here, but it almost feels like "Are You Afraid of the Dark" for adults.
Kind of, yeah, because you know they have the same characters on there telling the story on "Are You Afraid of the Dark."
Well, I mean, you know, this isn't like an anthology series where they tell different stories.
It kind of is, though.
But you know, it's not being told by kids around a campfire.
But they're actually involved in the story and they're hunting it.
But there was what was that episode? There was an episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark very similar to this. There was like a woman, you know, who was like a prom date or something, and she would get into the car and, you know...
I mean, this is a popular scenario anyway, to be fair.
But the way they presented it, the atmosphere was very, very similar. It made me think of that Are You Afraid of the Dark episode because it looked just like it. But yeah, I mean, this was like one of those deals where this woman, we're going to spoil the crap out of this. I mean, I know, like...
People have probably seen it 20 times over.
Yeah, this is
but still, I mean, I'm sure there's people out there that have never watched Supernatural.
This is my opportunity to talk about this because eventually it's going to catch on that we're reviewing these and people are going to start watching. Mm-hmm. But yeah, this is basically this woman who was she married?
Yes,
were they married? They were married. They had 2 children together. Mm-hmm. She basically had a mental breakdown or whatever because her husband cheated on her, and so she drowns her 2 children in the bathtub, commits suicide, and then from then on is
her ghost is just like stuck.
Her ghost is killing these unfaithful men, and so she basically stops a guy, seduces him, kills him, and then goes back, wash, rinse, repeat. And the whole story, and I mean, I'm sure this is like gospel to most people, but these 2 brothers, when they were kids, their dad, who is played by the great Jeffrey Dean Morgan, one of my favorites, they actually like something happens. Looks like maybe some kind of demon or some crap, or the gates of hell open up and suck their mom up into it. She dies.
Yeah, they don't know. They don't know exactly what happened. They just know something did it.
Yeah, and so they go after monsters, and
yes.
they spend like their whole childhood up through their late teens, early 20s with their dad hunting monsters. I guess that's what I gathered from it. And so the dad disappears, and so the one brother who wants to go out and make a life for himself gets approached by the brother who stayed with the dad the whole time, and they end up going in search of the dad. And by the end of this episode, the dude who's trying to make a normal life for himself, his girlfriend is killed by the same freaking gates of hell demon monster thing that happened at the beginning of the episode to his mom like 20 years earlier.
Killer effects.
Yeah, here we are. But I'm going to go ahead and make a prediction, and I promise I know nothing about the plot, but I'm going to make a prediction that the mom comes up alive at some point in the series.
Either alive or as a ghost, surely.
Yeah, they're going to see her again.
Surely.
That has to happen.
Probably not. I would even say probably not even in this season.
Oh no, this will be.
Yes.
I'm almost thinking it'll probably be. There's 11 seasons in this. I think this almost seems like one of those season 8 or 9 jump the shark moments, where you think
You think so?
Yeah, where you think the mom has stayed dead. Oh, she's gonna stay dead. We're never gonna see her, and then maybe they're like, oh, we're gonna inject new life into the show by bringing the mom back, and she's going to end up being some hardcore demon hunter or something through the years.
I don't know about all that. I don't know if it'll be a jump the shark tactic, like you say.
It'll be one of those things that you never think would happen, and then suddenly it just pops up out of nowhere. But I would almost wager to say that she'll end up being like maybe some kind of like demon hunter or something. She'll be like more badass than they ever thought about being because of all she's been through.
No,
I don't know, but that's where I would go with it. That almost seems predictable.
Oh, yeah, it does, and I really don't think that's a thing.
If I can predict it, it's predictable.
Yeah.
Which I'm really going to feel bad if that really happens. But
damn it.
Yeah. Like Noob Doob walks by in the background.
God damn.
But yeah, I mean, I really, really like this episode.
Navasso's on. I just thought I'd give him a shout out.
Cool. Hey, Navasso. Thanks for coming in. Like, we're not going to make, like, a really long... I don't want to do... Oh, we are giving, instead of 10 legacy tokens for this live feed, we're giving 40 for every 10 minutes.
Yep.
And also 200 instead of 100 legacy tokens to new subscribers. And that's only if you're watching this live. If not, stay tuned. We will be doing more of these, and follow our Facebook page, facebook.com/Untitled Nerd Network, for kind of sort of a schedule on when we'll be doing these. We'll announce them a couple hours beforehand.
Yeah, we'll try to. Today was just one of those things.
Yeah, it was just a spur of the moment. We were going to do a review of the Orville.
And they didn't have one.
This was an off week,
yeah.
And I didn't know it until like 5 days later. So here we are doing Supernatural. It was meant to be. But we are eventually going to review every single episode of Supernatural. This first episode did it for me. It was like, okay, we're gonna watch the rest of them,
right?
Because I got to know what happened.
Yes,
and in the course of needing to know what happened, they're going to open up all these other plot threads that are going to be finished in season 2 and then 3 and 4, and next thing you know, we're at the end of season 11 wondering, where did the time go?
We're hooked.
We're probably sitting around 2019, 2020.
Right.
Oh, we finally finished them. Yeah.
We finally finished Supernatural.
Anyway,
okay.
But what did you decide to give this?
It's a 9, yeah.
Huh?
It's a 9.
Okay.
It is, definitely.
I guess a lot of our stuff
most of the time.
We tend to agree for the most part, except for just a handful of episodes of Rick and Morty.
Right.
But yeah, really cool episode. This has gotten me into the series. I'm really excited to continue on. And this is just like my first impression of the series. I'm sure we'll probably talk a lot more plot in the later episodes, but I'm like...
Pilot episodes of reviews, I mean, there's not much to say except what your first impressions are. And our first impression is we're hooked and we're going to continue to watch.
Yes.
9 on the show.
No, eventually, like soon, I'm going to be one of those like elitist buttholes. It's like, yeah, I'm a Supernatural fan now.
Elitist buttholes. You're ridiculous.
I've watched them all. I'm a real nerd now.
Shut up. Right now. Elitist buttholes. You're ridiculous.
That's a video for a whole other day.
Ain't it?
The people, it's like...
I'm a real nerd because I do this. I hate that shit.
They are the equivalent of those jackasses that watch a band when they play like a little 200-seat, no air conditioning dive somewhere.
Oh, I got to watch them when they were big.
Then when the band makes it big and is playing like Wembley Stadium
and
stuff.
You can say stuff like that. You just don't have to be a jackass about it.
Yeah, but people are.
I'm not, though.
Yeah, but a lot of people have been.
Because I did get to see NSYNC and Britney Spears before they got big.
Yes.
They were at the Tivoli. Britney opened for them, and it was her and 2 backup dancers. And it was NSYNC promoting their Christmas album.
Wow.
Yes. It was really good. Had a good time.
But mark my words, you will not see me in a year's time. Yeah, I'm one of the Supernatural guys now. I saw it.
How'd you say that with your Ghostbusters shirt on? It's perfect.
Hey, I mean, I like Ghostbusters, but I'm not like a massive fan. I haven't even seen the new movie as bad as I want to.
Nah.
We're gonna have to do a review on that. We're gonna have to just bite the bullet.
I'm not planning on watching it.
I'm in love with Melissa McCarthy, and it's a movie of hers I haven't seen. So what?
She sucks.
Why?
I'm sorry. She overdoes it. I think she's not as funny as everybody makes her out to be. We've discussed this. Please don't have that shocked face.
I don't like hearing it.
I know you don't like hearing it, but it's just my opinion. I mean, her being funny is overrated as much as Channing Tatum's good looks. He's not as good looking as everybody makes him out to be.
Is Melissa McCarthy the female Channing Tatum? I mean, that's a kind of weird comparison, but
yes, in the comedic sense.
No,
yes.
I like Melissa McCarthy.
I'm not saying I don't like her. I just don't think she's as funny as everybody makes her out to be. I don't think Beyonce is as good looking as everybody makes her out to be. Everybody's like, oh, Beyonce, she's gorgeous. Yeah, she's pretty, but not that damn pretty. I'm sorry. Neither is Channing Tatum. Melissa McCarthy's not that funny. Just my opinion.
Here's the thing. Yeah, she might not be that funny, but she's entertaining.
Sometimes. It just depends.
Like, I loved her character in Bridesmaids.
Bridesmaids was good.
I was, what was that movie?
I did not like her and Tammy.
Tammy. I've seen that movie.
She is in, not Identity Theft.
Okay, I liked Identity Theft.
Identity Theft was okay. That movie Tammy she played in though was
I like Tammy. Is that the movie now where like she was with her mom?
Yeah,
or something, so. And
like I seriously didn't finish the movie.
There was a part where she kept going around telling everybody that, like, she wanted to attract everybody like flies on shit or something like that. And her mom was like, "You need to use the term flies to honey because it makes you sound really bad." I'm almost positive that was the movie.
I'm pretty sure that was it.
Like I like that movie.
I didn't finish it.
Because I think at the end she ended up getting arrested or something finally for some stuff she had done, and it all ended up working. Anyway, I like the movie. It was.
Well, so did DeVosso. So he said I like Tammy. I mean,
I'm gonna end up like we really need to watch the new Ghostbusters movie because I don't think it is gonna end up deserving all the hate that it's been getting. I think most of the people who badmouth it never watched it.
I mean, they might not have.
Because you know how I take pride in our downvotes on YouTube? The reason I take pride in downvotes is because the Ghostbusters trailer is the most downvoted video in YouTube history. Mm-hmm. Because everybody hated it just by watching the trailer. And it automatically, like, something about, like, Star Wars Episode 1. I know we're getting kind of off topic, but I want to cover this. Mm-hmm. Just collect those legacy tokens.
Anyway.
But Star Wars Episode 1 came out in 1999. Mm-hmm. I loved that movie. It was amazing. Holy crap! Star Wars Episode
It's
1.
a good movie.
Young Anakin Skywalker, Darth Maul, young Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Mm-hmm.
You get to see the Jedi Council.
Mm-hmm.
You get to see all this crap. You get to see, Tatooine way back when. You got to, see the, like, all kinds of stuff. It was freaking amazing. It had a good plot. Everything was good. And then around 2000, 2001, when the internet kind of started to pick up steam,
Mm-hmm.
suddenly everybody hates it, especially when Episode 2 came out. They're like, Episode 2 is a little bit better, but holy crap, George Lucas is destroying the franchise. And then when Episode 3 came out, the hate for 1 and 2 blew up because, 1 and 2 wasn't as good as 3. But suddenly they sucked because Episode 3,
all of them suck. All the people
and
suck.
all of the people who loved Episode 1 to begin with is suddenly, oh yeah, that sucks. No, I'm not going to say Episode 1. There's parts of Episode 2, like the second half of the movie, when war starts breaking out and they end up in the desert and all that crap. I wasn't a real big fan of that dusty look.
DeVasso said he watched the new Ghostbusters movie, and it was okay, but it wasn't Melissa McCarthy's best movie.
Well, here's the thing. I didn't care. I mean, the original Ghostbusters movies don't rank like in my top franchises. I mean, they're good. They're entertaining little watches, but they're not like in my all-time favorites.
To be fair, a lot of 80s movies aren't really, if you think about it.
Goonies, I love. I love both Gremlins movies. I love...
You got like a handful, honey. Most of the movies that you like to watch are like 90s on.
Yeah, you're right. Because,
I mean, you have a handful. I'm not saying... There's so much 80s movies that I've mentioned that you've never watched. I'm just like...
All right, anyway, we've pretty much covered all Supernatural.
Yes, and we're off on another topic
we got on
somewhere.
to the topic, but hey, we were wanting to milk the time a little bit so y'all could get those legacy tokens. And
sure, yeah.
maybe give everybody a chance to, maybe get out there and hit that subscribe button, which would be greatly, greatly appreciated. But anyway, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and thank you for watching.
Yes.
This has been the
Thanks to DeVasso. Thanks to my mom. I know she was watching.
This has been the first ever episode of our Supernatural reviews. I like the little logo we got down there.
I know, it's really cute. I love it. Okay. Anyway,
this has been the first ever episode of Supernatural reviewed by myself
and Amber
of Untitled Nerd Network, brought to you by Infinity Flux out of Hickson, Tennessee. Drop by and see them because day after tomorrow is
Wednesday,
New Comic Book Day.
New Comic Book Day on Wednesday.
They've been doing like a lot of board gaming and stuff. So,
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, everybody, thanks for watching, and we will be back on, I think, later tonight for some kind of stream, some kind of video game stream. So, anyway, thanks for watching, and see everybody later.